Hi guys, you're welcome to another beautiful day. Guys, today we're going to be talking about career paths that our kids can take that would give them a comfortable future. And you guys can agree with me that unemployment seems to be on the rise. Now, that's not saying that unemployment hasn't always been there, time immemorial. Unemployment is, if I must say, an African thing. But the thing is that when you check the unemployment rate of maybe 10 years, 20 years ago, you'll see that statistics has it that the rate at which we have it now is alarming. And of course, that's because of the population boom. You can see the population of Nigeria as against some 20, 30 years. That tells you, or rather it gives you a rough estimate, a rough idea of the number of graduates in the labor market. Now that is the reason why I say we're going to be talking about career paths. How can you help your children choose career paths that will be relevant to the society that they are going to find themselves in maybe 5, 10, 15 years from today? Guys, you're welcome to another beautiful day. This is Obinje. Good morning, afternoon, evening, career path. In about few weeks from today, our kids are going to be graduating from JHS to SS. Now, if you don't know what is JHS or the SS, it's just your junior secondary school to your senior secondary school. Kids are going to be resuming in senior secondary school, hopefully by September. But before they resume in September, they already know, or rather they have an idea of the classes they would want to go into in senior secondary school. And most of the classes that we have in the senior secondary school is science, the social science, the commercial, the arts, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, that was how it was being termed during my time. Please let me know what it's being called now. And when they move into their senior secondary school, the class they go into is a foundation into whatever courses they are going to study in the university. So to say, their senior secondary school is the foundation of how life is going to turn out for them. Now, this is a very critical point where kids have to make a life decision, a decision that is going to either take them here or take them there. What is your input? What is your guideline? What is your contribution as a parent into the decision that your child makes? Now, don't get me wrong. I know that most parents believe that their kids should venture into paths that suit them. For instance, you might see that your child has traits in the art, and you just feel that since that is something that your child does well, he or she should venture it. And there are some parents who by all means believe that their kids should go to science classes or social science, as it may be. Now, either of both parents are not wrong. It's just that some will always take this path and some will take this path. But the truth is that the decision that your child makes, like I said early on, will determine the career path that they are going to, channel all their energy into in the future. But the truth is that the society is moved or is piloted by the science, social science classes or courses, the STEM field, the science, the technology, the engineering, the mathematics. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that everybody cannot go into that field. But in as much as everybody can go into that field, should it be your child that will not go into that field? Should it be your child that will take courses that when they come out into the society, see unemployment? And remember I talked about unemployment. The reasons why we have unemployment is because there are no jobs. There are no jobs because we live in an economy whereby jobs are not created, or rather we live in a society that is not functional, in quotes. Whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me, the results are there for you to see. The evidence is there for you to see. Go check the unemployment statistics of 2024. You will understand what I'm saying. But in as much as there are no unemployments, people are still getting jobs. People are getting jobs, and that is dependent on your field of study. That is dependent on your work experience. Now let's put the sciences in one side and let's look at the commercial and the arts. This is where I think my issue lies. Now, I'm not saying that as a parent you shouldn't send your child to the arts or the commercial, but if for whatever reasons your child falls into one of those children that believe that they should go into those, those fields, I want to urge you as a parent that make sure you have connections. Make sure you have connections, because you are going to badly need it in the future. Make sure that you have some kind of trust fund kept aside for that child, because that child is going to need that money badly. Why do I say it? Most people who are faced with the unemployment, predicament are mostly those in the art and in the commercial classes. There are so many of them in the labor market pursuing fewer jobs. I recently heard of somebody who said she went for an interview. She's in this art class, and she said when she went for that interview, it was like a crowd got the notification. And the funny part of the thing is that vacancy was just for about 10 people, and she said they were about 1,000. That's exaggerating the number, but there were so many people there. And tomorrow you go for another interview, that crowd is there. So you understand why as a parent I say you need all your resources to help a child who is in that field. Now let's go back to the science graduates, or those who have the work experience or the whatever in the science field. Are they faced with unemployment? Most likely they are faced with unemployment, but they have an edge over that child that went and studied the art or the commercial courses. Why? Because like I said in the beginning of this video, the society, the world is piloted by STEM courses. So a situation where your child goes to study a science or social science course and graduates, even if that child is not able to get a job right here in Africa, his or her chances of getting international jobs are high. Why? Because when you go online and check for most of the jobs that are available to international graduates or international students, their courses, or rather their jobs in the science field. Now when you check those who, in fact, like in one of my videos I talked about relocation, I talked about our professionals leaving the shores of the country. Majority of the people who are leaving the country today, when you check it, either by work or by study, majority of them are in the science fields. They are the ones who are able to get jobs. You see, the sweetness of it is that most of these companies actually come here. I know someone that her husband applied for a job right from Nigeria to an international company, and that company sponsored their relocation package for them. And that is not just one person. There are a number of them. And if you do your research, that guy turned out to be an engineer. So like I said, majority of them are able to get jobs in Nigeria, working with engineering firms, technological firms, or as the case might be, as against you who studied in the arts. Now, please, I want to drop a disclaimer here. I don't have anything, bad about going to art classes or all of that, but all I'm just saying is that as a parent, you just have to help that your child, if that is the pursuit they are after, you just have to help them by having connections, having money. Even if you will not agree with me right now, go home and think about it, because if unemployment is at its level right now, you can only imagine how it's going to be in the few years coming. Whether you believe it or not, what is our government doing? What is the private sector doing to halt this unemployment? So you have to tell yourself the truth, so that when that child graduates, if he or she is not able to get a job, so that they are not, their stay in the unemployment market is not too long, and it turns to a case of depression. Let there be money that this child can go and start up a business. You get what I'm saying? Because the truth is that when we look at crime rate in the society today, it can be traced back to unemployment. And remember that when you are not employed, either you're working for somebody, or you do not have a business that is giving you money, you have needs that need to be met. And when they are not met, you guys know what happens. So like I said, you need connection for that. Whereas the child who is in a STEM field, even if that child is not able to get a job in Nigeria, as long as that child has good results. There is a page I follow on Facebook where they talk about relocation for our brothers and sisters, and there's one thing they keep hammering on: try and get a good result, because when you get a good result, your chances of getting scholarship is this high. Once you get the scholarship, they say the rest is history. So guys, I hope you've been understanding, or you understand what I'm talking about. I'm not here to bash art or commercial classes, but what I'm just saying is that we need to be factual. We need to tell ourselves the truth. We need to help our kids, because it gets to a stage whereby the competition is going to be this stiff, and if your child doesn't have the requirements for the jobs that are relevant in today's society, your child is going to be left out. You think those parents who advise their kids to go to science or STEM classes or social science classes, you think they don't know what they are doing? You think they just want to be harsh towards the child? It's not that, but they have understood what the society is going through. They understand what the time is saying. They know what is driving the society in every country. And let's not get it twisted. I know some of you are going to say that, what about the footballers? What about the actors and actresses? It's the truth is that they are just a percent of people who make it in that industry. But there are a lot of people who are making it in the engineering field, in the medical field, in the technology field, that are not celebrities. You get it? They are making it because they have the relevant certificate. They have the work experience. They were able to match these two things together. They got jobs. Yeah. Now let me tell you the truth. When it comes to most of these science or social science courses in Nigeria, Ghana, or whichever African country, when you have what is needed, sometimes you don't necessarily need a godfather. You don't necessarily need connections. You know why? Because you have what they are looking for. So in cases like this, they are not going to be saying, let's pick our candidate over you, because this is not a field whereby just anybody can fit into. So they are going to be looking for people who have the certificate, who have the experience. I don't want to make this video any longer than it is right now, but what I'm just trying to say is that if your kid is entering into secondary school right now, they are maybe in JHS 1 or they are in their JHS 3, I think as parents, this is the time when we should start guiding, guarding, and shaping them so that they make informed decisions that will help them in choosing career paths that will be relevant in the society, that will be relevant in the future. They will make decisions that will affect them positively so that they'll be able to get jobs, because at the end of the day, what is life without having a good job? And I know that some of you say passion, but let's be truthful. Passion doesn't put food on the table, at least when you are starting out. Passion doesn't put food on the table. You are able to pursue that your passion when you have money. You get what I'm saying? Because if you are pursuing passion, you don't have money. You are not from a family with a name. You are not from a family with money. That's your passion. Nobody is going to tell you. You are the one who is going to pack it one side. So most definitely, yes, your child has passion. But that is why you are the parent. You are able to guide them, direct them to make decisions that will, help them in the future. Yes, we know they have passion. They can be doing their passion by the side, but that job they are doing, that career they have chosen, will be bankrolling their passion for them at the end of the day. And I believe that when the two of them are able to, meet side by side, the individual in question will be happy. So parents, I'm going to end this video here and ask us just this question. What do you think? Should you let your child make that decision for themselves, or do you guard them? Do you guide them? Do you direct them in the path to take. If you watch this video up until this level, thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on your post notification, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you another day. Thank you. Bye.